Hi everyone, it's Saturday night, the 11th of July, and day 193 of my Living the Dream. My power statement for today said, I will set aside what happened yesterday, and that was that go to Park City that took the whole day, whatever, and I'll focus on getting my taxes done today as soon as I possibly can. And that way I can start bringing more pieces through the portal of my mind and into the world of the physical. Well, here's my to-do list right here. It's really interesting. If I had enough time, I was going to do a fun task, which was to Google search on how to make the files in my Google Drive protected from being downloaded, at least for the time being. I want the focus group participants to be able to watch the videos, listen to the audios, see the printed files that I loaded up there, and not be able to download them onto their hard drives for right now. And so I'm going to look into doing that. At least that was the goal today. I also had the exciting task, if there was enough time, and that was to go online and learn how to add the artist name and the album name to my Mindset is Everything podcast. And downloading one of them on my phone today, I saw that the title was listed, but it said artist unknown and album unknown. And so I wanted to correct that, but I didn't know how to do it, so I was going to do some search. But like I said in my power statement, I was going to do my taxes. That was the number one most important task today, and then if time, do those other things. I didn't have enough time. It took the whole day, and I'm still far from getting my taxes done, but I'm getting closer, so I'll put those tasks on to Monday, once I get my taxes done on Monday. Next, what he says is to get honest with yourself. What didn't go well today, Marty? Or what could you have done better? Did you wake up and start your day strong and early? Yes. Did you start your morning with power? Every morning, every morning, every morning. Were you productive throughout your day? Taxes, further and further and further and further along. But I didn't do any of the other things that dealt with my Living the Dream coaching package and that kind of thing. Got to get these taxes done, so that's what I've been focusing on. Did you get the most important things done? Yes, I did spend a lot of time on my taxes. Did you move your goal forward to getting the taxes done? I did. Every hour. It was a long day. What about your personal time with Kathleen? Well, at 5:30 I broke away and had a break for Saturday night. It was nice. So yes, I was present in the evening, but not the day. I was up here locked in my room. In summary of these Get Honest With Yourself questions, I asked myself this. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? Did you keep your commitments and promises you made this morning? Well, from about 8:30 this morning, like I said, and on throughout the entire day, I worked on my taxes. I only took a short lunch break, and then I stopped about 5:30 this evening, and I still hadn't finished them. But like I said, I'm getting very, very close, and so I kept my promise today to stay focused on the taxes. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? And were there any new movies that your two amigos put up onto the screen in your mind? And if so, what were they about? Well, besides my 5 favorite movies, I didn't have any additional movie clips or movies that I watched today on my mind. I think that's because I was so focused on my taxes that there wasn't room for my imagination to be going around and doing that. Next query asked, was there anything that didn't go well today, Marty? In other words, was there one thing you could have done better? And if so, what's that one thing that would make all the difference going forward? Or what's the one thing you'd want to get done tomorrow and every day thereafter, even if things go sideways, you'd still get it done and feel like you accomplished something great? What would that one thing be? And now that you decide what it is, put it into a power statement. Well, in reflecting on my day, the only thing I might have changed so that things could go smoother going forward would maybe to have been downloading all of the bank accounts and those transactions as Excel files and go through them to categorize every one of them, doing it days before I started to do these taxes and started answering all the questions on TurboTax. And that way I would have been able to have those numbers right on the spot. But instead I had to take the time to do a download, categorize, download, and categorize for 6 long accounts. So it took a lot of time. That said, I'm going to do that for 2020. That will make me be able to save a lot of time when I start doing my taxes here next year in March of 2021 for 2020. As I get ready for tomorrow, which is Sunday, and my day for sharpening the saw, I put down as my power statement the following. I will sharpen my saw and get renewed so that I'm ready to get after things on Monday. Got to step back from all the stress and tenseness of doing taxes day after day and what happened Friday, and that I got to relax and have that break. So it's going to be nice. Next, Croy asked, were there any mistakes or failures I had or that I made today that I can turn into tools of success going forward? Well, today was simply a long day of getting after my taxes. And so, no, I didn't have any mistakes. Wasn't room to know. I just stayed with it. Maybe doing the things earlier, but that was a mistake several days ago. I know I could have done that, and I'm going to do that starting next year. The next question is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, my biggest success today was getting as far along with my taxes as I did. I came a long way on that. I'm happy with the processes that I'm using, that I've set up over the years. They've made doing my taxes on my own palatable. However, I can't say that I love doing my taxes. That's just not something I really enjoy. It's kind of a bit of a pain. But it could be so much worse, I assure you. I suppose I could go ahead and pay the $300 to $500 to have someone else do my taxes, but I like saving the money. The next step of my end of the day success routine is to rate my day's effort today. And so I gave today a 7. I gave it a 7 because I wasn't able to finish the taxes today. And that's okay. I'll finish them up on Monday. Okay, I want to end my day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the fact that my online banking has features like CSV downloads and autofill, because I had to download each account and then go through and categorize each of the transactions. It was so nice that the online system lets me download them as a CSV file, and boom, it opens up as an Excel, and then autofills things once I start typing in a category I already have used before. For example, if I had typed in groceries before and then I find another that says for groceries, I go start to type in GRO, boom, it autofills it, I can go to the next one. So that's saving me a lot of time. So it's so nice to have those features. Next, I'm grateful for the law of application. The law of application says that you can take existing knowledge and apply it to practical things like technology. For example, applied science is the application of existing scientific knowledge to practical applications like technology or inventions. This includes a broad range of applied science related to fields like engineering, medicine, etc. And what's interesting to me is the fact that during all those years spent in school, we were all taught many things, but never, not even for a single 50-minute period, were we ever taught or shown how to apply what we were learning in order to achieve a life filled with happiness, accomplishment, and success. We were only taught how to apply this knowledge as employees to someone else or for someone else. Rarely was it to learn how to run our own business. I don't remember that in high school or grade school or junior high or the college classes I had. Never. So, next I'm grateful for Og Mandino, who said this: success, such a magical word like gold or love or Shangri-La. It conjures up different but always enticing visions in the minds of all of us. That's the end of the quote. My question is, has it been missing from your life, success? Even if it has, you can still daydream, don't you, about how wonderful things might be if only fate would smile in your direction and bestow upon you a more generous portion of money, position, power, freedom, and perhaps even fame. Some people ask, why is success so difficult? We are, each of us, a miracle. Within every one of us, the pilot light of hope never dies. Mechanics, executives, salespeople, students, models, writers, carpenters, computer operators, programmers, store owners, entrepreneurs like you and I, fruit pickers, stockbrokers, housewives. All of us, to some degree or another, indulge in the same dreams and wishes: to be free from want, to live in a finer home, to owe no one, be debt-free, to drive the nicer car, to eat in an elegant restaurant here and then, and to vacation in some exotic place here and there, to have a few items of designer clothing hanging up in your closet, or to send our children to the best schools. Why not? Haven't we been told since birth that we live in a land of unlimited opportunity? Then why not? The answer is obvious but painful. The vast majority of us have absolutely no idea how to begin to make our dreams come true. Undoubtedly, as I have said before, you already have all the tools necessary to create a magnificent life. But what good are they if you don't know how to use them? And how can you build a life worth living without any plans or blueprints to follow? Not once, neither in my primary school years, my junior high school years, or my high schools, and this is probably true with you, not even the most hallowed halls of higher learning were you or I ever instructed on the simple techniques, laws, principles of setting goals and motivating ourselves and others, of dealing with diversity, of eliminating self-defeating habits, of using time profitably or practicing the power of choice, of developing self-confidence in ourselves, of doing things you or I are afraid to do, of generating enthusiasm at will, of organizing our lives, of accumulating wealth, of getting people to give you what we want. of looking like a winner, of guiding our children, of handling stress, of counting our blessings. And there's so much more I could say. That you have managed to survive at all is a tribute to your courage and faith. And yet, bravely, we try to ignore the affluence and success what we see of many others. But we are forced to admit, if only in our darkest moments of introspection, that in history, as in life, it is success that counts. So, well, I'm here to tell you that it's not too late for you to reach for that brass ring or make a run for the roses. My pleading to you is this: do not crawl into your dusty little corner of self-pity and just let the world pass you by. Don't do it. Never do that. The great English essayist, historian, biographer, and philosopher Thomas Carlyle said this: if we think about it, all that a university or highest school can do for us is but what the first school began to do for us, and that was to teach us to read. We learn to read in various languages, in various sciences. We learn the alphabet and letters of all manners of books. But the place where we are to get knowledge, even theoretic knowledge, is the books themselves. It depends on what we read. After all manners of professors have done their best for us, the true university of these days is in the collection of books. End quote. With that said, let me tell you that your path to success will be driven by two things: the people you associate with and the books you read. These two keys are keys to you living the dream. Like I said last night, the books I will introduce to you as a beginner entrepreneur client of mine will bring the great professors of success right into your living room or your bedroom or your car or your office. Dale Carnegie, J. Paul Getty, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, Napoleon Hill, P.T. Barnum, Norman Vincent Peale, Dr. Wayne Dyer, W. Clement Stone, Dorothea Brand, Richard DeVos, Benjamin Franklin, Lord Beaverbrook, Joyce Brothers, and others, so many others. These masters of success and their thoughts are all available to you right here and now. Isn't that fantastic? I sure think so. Anyway, I'll be back here tomorrow night, sitting at my computer right here, typing away, recording, sharing my journey to business alignment. But until then, I wish you again continued success, and good night.